a lecturer says something. He's called Professor Godfred Bockman. He says, we've been to the IMF 16 times. We have nothing to show for it. Story written by Charles Nixon Yeboah. And just a quick point. It says, finance and economics lecturer Professor Godfred Bockman is cautioning government against running to the IMF for an economic program to bring back life into the economy. Professor Bockman, in an interview with Winston Amma on Upfront on Joy News, said, the country cannot be running to the IMF anytime there are challenges within the economy. Then he goes on to make some points. When you hear such things, how does that, what's your reaction?
To me, it's rooted in a misconception of what our role is. And it's unfortunate because it corners policymakers into, not thinking about a very viable option. I think it's very unfair to say that Ghana has nothing to show for having 16 programs. It's not that this country has stagnated for 16 years, right? I'm not necessarily arguing that the fund is the reason for the growth, but it didn't harm that growth. The fund is here for a reason, and especially for situations like the one we are in now, where countries, because of the COVID, face very difficult prospect, at least on the fiscal side. Why would you would not want to consolidate in such a way that you have access to cheap financing? And a lot of countries are doing that. Let me be clear, this is not on the table with Ghana, right? Because I can see the headline tomorrow. But this is not on the table. We are not discussing anything on that front. But it's a very viable option for a lot of countries.
But he says that, he actually asked that, has any country which has gone to the IMF ever developed? And I'm not quoting, he says, which country has ever developed by going for the IMF? We're always running to the IMF.
What is the counterfactual? I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, we have this debate. I know Professor Bockman pretty well. So this is not something that I've heard
are you
before.
saying that people are not supposed to measure your performance by whether after visiting you for 16 years, our economy gets a turnaround? Or is it a question of how long we should look at it? When you say it's misconception of what the IMF role is, what do you mean?
We have, at best, in our program, 3-4 years, right, to address a very specific problem. We don't pretend of, coming and fixing everything, or we're trying not to hurt economic growth for sure. I think that, and social spending, this is something that in the new programs is front and center, and including those that will come out after the pandemic, right? So you need to look at the mandate and the function versus the outcome. And I think that the record, at least in addressing balance of payment issues, crisis issues, is pretty good. We cannot stay in countries 20 years. That's not our function. Our function is not to, decide where to invest and how to make necessarily the country grow. But we do think that macroeconomic stability, which is our main mandate, is a precondition to see that development. That's why I think it's not accurate to make such statements.